Hello chaps, I'm John Robson from John Robson Guitar Tuition, and welcome to another in the occasional series of videos that I'm doing entitled Tales from the North East Club Circuit. Today's story concerns a non-existent stripper, Yorkshire puddings being used as weapons, and why sometimes you really do have to let sleeping dogs lie. And I promise you, every word of this is true. Our story takes place when I was a fresh-faced young man. Here I am in my 25th year. At the time I was playing in a pop rock covers band working the cabaret circuit in and around my native Teesside. We played numbers by musical giants of the time such as Bon Jovi, Bryan Adams, Right Said Fred and of course Chesney Hawkes. Anyway, one Sunday we were booked to play at a particular working men's club in the area for the Sunday lunchtime spot. Now, back then, in this part of the world, and to the best of my knowledge this still goes on today, a Sunday lunchtime tradition was that the wife would stay at home preparing a full Sunday roast dinner with all of the trimmings, whilst her husband went with his mates to the local working men's club for a game of bingo. Naturally, this is the North East after all, to see a band, that was us, and most importantly to ogle and gawp open-mouthed at the stripper. This was a strictly men-only affair, you understand. Women, by order of the committee, whose word was law, were forbidden from entering the room where the entertainment, let's call it, was taking place. The feeling was that it might damage their delicate sensibilities. Curiously though, this didn't apply to the bar staff. So about 10:30 that Sunday morning we set off to the venue, travelling through some of the more scenic and attractive parts of town. When we arrived, we were greeted by a rather pensive concert chairman.
Hey lads, I hope that's putting a good show on today. I've just had a phone call from the agent. He's got his dates mixed up and the stripper can't come, she's double booked. I'm just worried the lads might get a bit restless when they find out.
Anyway, we get the gear into the club, everything gets set up, we do a quick sound check and everything appears to be working just tickety-boo. We've still got an hour to kill or so before we're due to play the first set, so we head off to the bar to avail ourselves of some of the free snacks that have been laid on. This is something that tends to happen up here, working men's club, Sunday lunchtime, or even in the pubs. The landlord or the steward will lay on a few appetisers, an amuse-bouche if you like. Typically it'll consist of little bits of black pudding, cheese cubes, tripe sticks, Yorkshire puddings with maybe a bit of gravy to dip them in, that sort of thing. And the time comes for us to hit the stage and open the first set with a bouncy little pop rock tune that was riding quite high in the charts at the time. By this time though, the entirely male audience have tumbled to the fact that they're not going to see any naked female flesh today, and they are far from pleased about this fact, which means that this is the reception we get. Yep, the bastards started pelting us with the Yorkshire puddings off the bar, some of which they'd filled with gravy. So, you know, there we are trying to play a nice little Bryan Adams medley to keep them entertained, and we're dodging these fucking gravy bombs all the time. Still, I suppose in a way you have to admire their resourcefulness. Even though the stripper hadn't turned up, nothing was going to stop them chucking their puddings and gravy all over the stage. And it's at this point in the tale that I need to introduce you to our roadie and van driver, a lad who went by the name of Gash. And there's only one way to describe him really. He was a bloody psychopath. He would rather have a fight than a feed, and he walks in from one of the other rooms where he's been playing snooker or something and sees what's going on, and we're all desperately trying to signal him from the stage. No, he's ready to dive in, fists flying, but you know, at the end of the day there's 150 horny lads in the audience who've got their blood up, and you know, there's 5 of us. It's not going to end well. So I break into an extended guitar solo in the middle of, I think it was I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred, and the singer leaps down off the stage and frog marches Gash into the dressing room, where I think he must have gaffer taped him to a chair or something to keep him quiet. Anyway, we managed to finish the first set and just boom, straight into the dressing room. We don't come out to take a bow or anything stupid like that. No thank you, we're covered in gravy as it is. So we spend the interval between sets, about an hour or so, sat in the dressing room, chain smoking and nursing our drinks, thinking, oh my God, what are we going out to in the second half? And, you know, it was with no small degree of trepidation that we climbed those stairs like men heading for the gallows to head to the stage when it was time to go back on again. And it has to be said, much to our relief, the room was empty, apart from one old chap with a foul-smelling briar pipe that he was puffing away on and his whippet asleep at his feet. So we launch into the first song in the set.
Shot through the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
At which point the old boy declared his displeasure with a cry of
Noisy bastards.
and buggered off to the foyer to donate his pension to the one-armed bandit, leaving us to play the rest of the set to the dog, who didn't even have the decency to wake up. And there ends the strange tale of the missing stripper, the weaponised Yorkshire puddings and the sleeping dog that we simply had to let lie. The very next day, Monday morning, I was straight on the phone to the agent telling him on no account whatsoever was he ever to book us into that club again for a Sunday afternoon gig. And this was his response.
Not you lot as well. I've only got one more act on me books who'll still play that shithole, and he's a Barry Manilow impersonator.
And good luck to him, I say. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Take care. Bye for now.